Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host today, as always, and today we're going to be continuing my ranking series by ranking the top 10 offenses in the league. This is going to get controversial. Don't get mad if your offense isn't high enough. Coming in at number 10 is the Chicago Bears. I know that the Bears offense was relatively average to below average last year, but they upgraded at quarterback. Yes, they upgraded at quarterback. They added Keenan Allen and Roma Doomsday, adding DeAndre Swift, and the offensive line is perfectly average, and they already had DJ Moore. There is no reason for me to think that the combination of Caleb Williams' big three at receivers shouldn't be elite next year. So yeah, I'm going to have them at 10, and I think their ceiling is the sky's the limit for the Chicago's offense. Coming in at number 9, we have the Buffalo Bills. The Bills, yes, losing Stephon Diggs is going to hurt your offense, but Josh Allen's one of those quarterbacks that can work with anything. And people act like the receiving core is like horrible. They have a lot of like average guys in the receiving core. I like Khalil Shakir. I like Keon Coleman. Kincaid's a great option at tight end. James Cook is borderline top 10 back. Their offensive line is above average. So yeah, but basically this is riding on Josh Allen is Josh Allen. He's going to do Josh Allen things. And this offense is still going to look very functional because Josh Allen is there. And Josh Allen already does everything for them. So yeah, I'm going to have them at 9 because the loss of Diggs does knock them down a bit. But yeah. Buffalo Bills, the 9th best offense in the league. At number 8, we have the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are a very weird team, to say the least. Adding Derrick Henry is going to only help that offense. And Keaton Mitchell, probably one of the most underrated players in the league, if he can stay healthy, he's going to be a nice change of pace back and is going to break off some massive runs. And of course, they have Lamar, but that receiving core is so unbelievably weak. We're talking Zay Flowers and Nelson Aguilar as your two best options. I like Zay Flowers. I think he has potential, but I would not want him as the number one option at this current point of his career. And Nelson Aguilar, although he was a pretty average receiver last year, having as your number 2 is nothing special. I understand there's going to be a run-first offense, but they lost some pieces to the O-line. But it's still Lamar and Derrick Henry running the option. Like, let's be honest. It's still going to be deadly. And number 7, we have the Los Angeles Rams. Matt Stafford just knows how to make his receivers play at their potential. I already talked about this in my quarterback ranking, how Matt Stafford is just responsible for some of the greatest wide receiver seasons ever. And although Cooper Kupp has definitely fallen off, he still is a top 20 guy in the league. Puka Nacua is top 10 in my opinion. Kyron Williams is top 5 running back. The only problem with it is the weak offensive line, but this offense is going to be scoring a lot of points next year. I think they're going to be towards the top of the league in scoring, but that's only because I think their defense is going to allow a decent amount of points to the loss of Darnold. And number 6, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. I am very off on where to put the Eagles offense. I don't know what version of the Eagles offense we're going to see. Are we going to see that Eagles offense first 11 weeks of the season or the last 8? Because that makes a massive difference. Because the Eagles offense at the beginning of the year was really good. And the tush-push merchants were constantly picking up these short downs. It was 1st and 9 every time they played, basically. It was very, very not fun to watch. But the addition of Saquon Barkley, one of the best running backs in the league, should help them. I'm just not sure about Jalen Hurts. I view him as a borderline top 10 guy in the league. The offensive line losing Jason Kelce, it still should be good, but you're losing one of the best players on your offense. But then again, you have one of the best receiving duos in the league, but no number 3 option. So yeah, I think 6 is a very fair spot for Philadelphia, just with all that is going against them. At number 5, we have my Miami Dolphins. This was the second best offense in the league statistically last year, but numbers get inflated when you score 70 points against the Broncos. Still a very good offense. This is an offense that can score on any given play with the amount of speed they have on there. Devon Achane, Raheem Mostert, Tyreek Hill, Waddle, and now the new addition of Jalen Wright. The problem is the offensive line is one of the worst in the league, and Tua is a perfectly average quarterback, but in big games, the offense has gone stagnant at times. So I think this is a very fair spot for them because this team against like average to below average teams will drop you an easy 30, 40 points. They did it last year effortlessly. So I think 5 is a good spot for them. Coming in at number 4 is the Detroit Lions. I like the Lions a lot with their talent, but a lot of it comes from the genius of Ben Johnson, who should be a head coach, but decided to turn down any opportunity to hopefully win a ring of Detroit. That would be fun to see. But yeah, they have a top 5 offensive line in the league, a top 15 quarterback, and Jared Goff. Amon-Ra's a top 5 receiver. Gibbs and Montgomery make up arguably the best running back duo in the league, with Gibbs, in my opinion, being already a top 5 running back. Laporte is a top 5 tight end. There's a lot of great talent on this offense, and Ben Johnson knows how to maximize the talent. So yeah, that's why I have the Lions at 4. Number 3 of the Kansas City Chiefs. You have Mahomes. Your offense will always be functional. You have Pacheco in the run game. You're going to have a pretty solid run game. You have Travis Kelce, who, although having a bit of a down year, was still like a 900-yard tight end. So are you really complaining about 900 yards from a tight end? And the addition of Xavier Worthy and Marquise Brown adds some explosiveness that this offense has desperately needed. Since the Tyreek Hill era has been gone, Mahomes has become a lot more of a short passer because they haven't really had that explosive deep threat down the field. And then I don't know what's going to happen for Rashid Rice, but when he's in, this is a top 10 receiving core in the league. So yeah, Mahomes with a upgraded receiving core should be a very dangerous offense to go against. And number 2, we have the Houston Texans, everyone's favorite team next year. We're talking about a team with C.J. Stroud, who is a already top 10 quarterback who is hoping to take his game up a notch in his sophomore year. You have Stephon Diggs, you have Nico Collins, you have Tank Dell, you have Dalton Schultz, you have a good O-line, and you have Joe Mixon. A lot of talent. You have some young guys, you have some old guys coming at the back end of their career, but still very productive guys. Overall, I really like this Texans offense, and it is poised to be deadly next year. Number 1 is the San Francisco 49ers. This team had CMC go for 21 touchdowns last year. And the problem with the Niners is that it doesn't look like Brandon Ayuk's coming back. But as we currently state, Brandon Ayuk is there, so they have one of the deepest and best receiving cores in the league. Brandon Ayuk, Debo, Ricky Pearsall, and Jawan Jennings makes up a very, very nice receiving core, assuming Ayuk stays. And you have Kittle, one of the best tight ends in the league, one of the best blocking tight ends in the league. You have Trent Williams, who single-handedly makes their offensive line look serviceable. And Brock Purdy, I have my things about Brock Purdy, but he is an average quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He can get the job done in this offense, so that's why I have them at number 1. And that's all for today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and notification bell. Next week, we'll be doing top 10 defenses in the league. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Peace out.